Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we will learn how we can write SOAP web services in Apex. So Salesforce lets us to consume external web services and also expose our Apex code as a web services that external service uh, that external system can consume. Okay. So there are two main approaches. One first is REST and second is SOAP. Now let's how we can create SOAP web service using Apex and consume it. So we will be using uh, SOAP UI to test. Okay, so this is the web service class that we have written. So using we for the method we need to use web service. Okay, and it should be static. Now I am downloading SOAP UI to test our web services. So this will be the page from where you will be downloading. Okay, since I have already downloaded, so I will just install it and cancel it. Cancel current download and install existing download. Okay, so download is simple, just click next. And guys, this class should be global, which is exposing service. Okay. And for the method you will be using web service method. Okay, while writing services, and you can write any method, there is no issue. Like in REST services, there was a limit in writing methods. That's for each HTTP request you will be writing only one method, but here you can write, you have a choice to create any number of methods, because when calling the when calling the SOAP service, you will be calling by the method name. So either we can test using SOAP UI or we can test in Salesforce. So here I have shown you that we can generate the visual from Apex and we can store the visual, and this visual can external service can consume this visual to create their own uh, classes so that they can call the method. So here we have two methods. First is returning contact and second is creating contact. So I have created a new project in SOAP UI. It's just simple, just click on new project. Okay. Just a minute. Okay, so this is the interface of SOAP UI. Here I will create a new project. Just a minute. So for calling web service, I need user's session ID. So using Apex, I am getting session ID, which I will use in while calling SOAP API. Okay. So I have got session ID. I am storing it here that I will use later when I creating a contact using SOAP UI. Okay. For an every SOAP call, I will need this ID. Now I am creating a project. Please ignore it. Okay. So we will add visual in the project. We will add visual. Okay. So in the project, we will add visual. After adding the visual, so just a minute. Let select the visual which we just created using Apex. Okay, so I have selected visual. Now after clicking OK, you can see my visual and all the methods which I have created as part of this visual using web service. Okay. You see the content of this create contact. There are header and the body in that XML. Okay. So in SOAP UI, we will send the request using XML and get the request response also using XML. So in the header, we only need session ID. So rest of the items I will delete. I just need session ID and in the body I need some params which I need to pass. Last name and email which I will be populate here. Okay, in the XML. So that when I execute this SOAP method, so contact will be created using last name and email. So this last name and email, these are the params which I have defined in the web service method. I will pass the session ID. This is just for testing purpose. In SOAP UI as well, I can get the session ID using enterprise wisdom. Okay, but here for testing purpose, I will fetch using Apex developer console and then we'll use it here directly. Okay. And the URL also, if you see the contact SOAP service in the top, that is the URL that you need to use. But it's automatic here. So when I executed, so the contact should be created. You see the name and the email, which are same. Now let's see how we can test SOAP service in Salesforce itself. So first I will create Apex class from the Visual, which I just created. So I will go to Apex classes in the setup and then click new from the Visual and I will select Visual file. Now I can give any name to this Apex class, which I will import from Visual as Apex. So I'm giving it a name as my SOAP service. Now there are two services generated. One is for async and second one is for sync. So we will use sync service. So you will see the class and the method in this class which you created as part of web service. Now I can call this. Now I can initiate this class and call its method by passing session ID. Session ID I will pass as the current user's ID. Now I will pass name and the email ID and I will show you the user created using this. You see the user info dot get session ID, that will return the ID of the current users. Sorry, session ID of the current user. Now I have executed it. In the debug, I will get ID of newly created contact. Now using this contact, I will check the newly created contact. You see, we have created a new contact. If you have any doubt or question, please let me know or write in comment box.